Manchester City did a lot of attacking right from the off in this game. In fact, Liverpool didn't get near the ball, certainly in the first 20-25 minutes of it. That was over for Gino, who was the theme running throughout this match, hitting the post via Taylor Hines, and then Yui Hasegawa on the follow-up, denied by Tegan Micah, the Liverpool goalkeeper. Hasegawa.
Substitution for City going on, number 29, Yui Hasegawa. Being replaced by number 30, Emu Oyama.
And it's a George Stadium welcome for the new Japanese under-20 international. Gino, Lily Murphy and Caroline.
The third substitution, currently for City number 2.
Cheap giveaway, Roard on the dummy, couldn't go with the pass. Side flag would have been up by about 10 yards. Here's Jess Park running into traffic. The bobbler against Manchester United in the quarter-final of that competition. 4 weeks from now, final in the East Midlands against Chelsea. Manchester City beat Chelsea in the final of the League Cup 3 years ago. In fact, Arsenal beat Chelsea in the final of the League Cup the 2 years since that, so Manchester City will try and make it 4 in a row in that regard. Probably feel they owe Chelsea something after what happened last year in the WSL. In league terms here, this is going to be a much-needed win. Good for the goal difference too, if that becomes a factor. Remember, top 3 for Europe. Enderby stealing in for Liverpool, trying to find, does find Zara Shaw, and Herbinger, clever reverse ball. Is there something for Liverpool here? No, there's not. It's a really good stop from Yamashita. For Cornelia Capots, it's a decent stop from Yamashita. It's the third Liverpool have managed on target. The first was the big one. It was at 0-0, and it seems certain to be 1-0. We'll never know what would have happened had that gone in from Kerry Holland. Good distance on the punch now from the still relatively new Manchester City keeper. Easily read by Fisk. Was Enderby fouled? No, she was not. It was just a little touch that stopped Caroline getting in there. Herbinger finding Capots again. Nicely done, and that's an even better save. Same combination as a moment ago. Capots for the first one, the far post on this, and both of them kept out by Yamashita. Did everything right. So did the keeper, though. Excellent save, really was. Herbinger with the corner. And that's a more comfortable stop. Jenna Clark just dipping in. Everyone else jumped in front of. Dangerous Brazilian forward, set up by dangerous Jess Park. Then Kilda Brown off the bench as well. I think who they're missing. Those three that have come on would start every week for a lot of sides. Capots, Enderby in the middle. Capots was looking for her, might have found her, but for the half block from La Alexandri. Job done there from City's skipper. She is today. Murphy looked up, saw only one to aim at in the box. Recycling rightly, I think, seeming the better option. Park, early ball on for Kellerlin, and it's perfectly weighted by Jess Park. Kellerlin, a whisker away from 5.
The court officials indicated about 6 minutes in time.
As we go into stoppage time, 6 minutes, nearly 5 goals here. Great ball, Jess Park. It's actually a fingertip touch from Tegan Micah, which makes the shot even better. The save, superb. It's quite a niche thing to put on your CV, but they are the kind of numbers that people do notice in this game, that is for sure. Set up both the Bunny Shaw efforts before the interval. Mia Enderby did well to get away there and has won Liverpool. As ever, Marie Herbiger will deliver the Liverpool set piece. Well, that's a chance. Capots needed to get just a little less of a head on it. Actually, solid connection when the glancing blow was required. Had to stoop. Or Fuka Nagano. Sophie Roman-Haug played most of the game in the cup tie last weekend. She bids to get back to fitness following the injury. Now 94 minutes here. Not really had a chance at goal. Liverpool get a bit lucky there. Might turn into something going the other way as Capots goes to take on Gracie Pryor, and she's beaten her. It's very nearly an own goal. In the end, it's not even a corner. I think Leila Wahabi stopped it from going behind. They always get goals at this stadium. They're not always all for Manchester City. Away from a very rare clean sheet. The rivals who've scored 4 here in the last couple. Alexandri and Knark have been excellent back there though for Manchester City today. Their last clean sheet in the league. I mean, they have had a winter break, but it was in early December against Leicester. And even in the cup competitions where they've been progressing, 1 clean sheet in 8 before this game. So I'm sure that'll be as pleasing to Gareth Taylor, certainly, and the coaching staff as anything about this. Gemma Bonner mopping up for Liverpool there. We've had our 6 minutes, and now we have the final whistle. And following 3 league points from 12, this is a big win for Manchester City in all senses. The 4-goal margin, of course, but perhaps more importantly, it keeps the pressure on Arsenal and United just above them. Following 3 straight wins, it's another heavy defeat here for Liverpool, who miss out on the chance to go into the top half. But City, well, it could have been different for them. Kerry Holland at 0-0 with a glorious chance, but after that, Shaw twice before the break, both set up by Fowler. Jill Roord, and then a wonderful moment on full debut for Gracie Pryor. And in the end, it has been a very comfortable home win for Manchester City here against Liverpool. They love this fixture. They tend to score a lot of goals in it, and they got a whole load more today. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0. Hasn't scored this season. This was a potential turning point. Leanne Kiernan pushed wide by Yamashita, and then Kerry Holland. Well, no goalkeeper to get past, but 2 defenders, and one of them, Rebecca Knark, making the block. She probably shouldn't have been able to, or allowed to, make that. City with Miedemar and Shaw in the starting lineup together for the first time since the start of October. They were both involved in that via, yet again, Mary Fowler, who is racking up the assists this season for Manchester City. Look at this clever pass here. Jenna Clark played Bunny Shaw onside. Didn't she take it well, though? In to start, which she hasn't been doing recently, Bunny Shaw, in the WSL, despite the fact that she's the top scorer in the division. And then she had another. Fowler again, this time with a chipped little cutback. Great control, cracking finish. And 2-0. That is already 8 goals against Liverpool in the WSL for Bunny Shaw. And it's 11 for the season, which right now has her top by 4 in the overall chart. I don't just mean Manchester City, I mean the Women's Super League. With Miedemar, I thought might join her on the score sheet here. At that point, I'd say she'd be a favourite, even with the angle narrowing. She tried to wrong foot Tegan Micah, who actually made some really good saves and couldn't do anything about the goals that went past her. This was 3-0. It was Jill Roord. Closed down and blocked by Sophie Roman Haug on the initial effort. Set up nicely for her, and a player of her technique. She made that look simpler than it was. So precise. In off the edge of the upright, and again, no chance for Micah, and that was game over on the hour. Just to make absolutely sure, Manchester City found their way to a 4th through a most unusual source in every sense. Gracie Pryor crossing it over Micah and in. Goalkeepers can never be expected to expect that to happen. You have to make the presumption as a keeper. Someone in the box might get a head on it, but on full league debut, how about that? Gracie Pryor, 4-0. A couple of decent late stops from Ayaka Yamashita, both of them from Cornelia Capots. That one there really top draw because it was curling for the corner. I don't think Capox could have finished it any better. Yamashita making sure Man City would have a rare clean sheet. And they nearly had 5-0, but for an excellent save at the other end. Caroline on as a sub. And that was heading in, but for full stretch fingertip touch of Tegan Micah.